I really didn't want us to start it.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the Department of Nursing Spring 2026 Pin-In Ceremony. My name is Dr. Kadima Joseph Fagbui, and I have the distinct pleasure of serving as your Mistress of Ceremonies for this historical and traditional momentous occasion. We are delighted that you are here to celebrate with your graduate this evening. Just a few housekeeping items before we begin. We ask that you please silence your cell phones and electronic devices at this time. Please stay seated while your graduate is being pinned. If you will be taking pictures from your seat, we ask that you please turn off the flash. You will also have an opportunity to take pictures later. Please remain seated while we begin the processional.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. Yeah, we will rise.
Welcome, Board of Trustees, College Administration, guest speaker, Dr. Crystal Devance Wilson. Faculty, family, friends, and especially our guest of honor, the graduating class of Spring 2026, to the Prince George's Community College Nursing Pin-In Ceremony. Graduates, you may now take your seats. Each pin-in ceremony shares the success of students with family and friends while celebrating their dedication to their chosen field. It is a universal symbol of the pledge that students make to healthcare and a sign that they are now serving as a nurse. The tradition of the nursing pin and the ceremonial pin-in at the completion of nursing program is thought to have originated in the 1860s at the Nightingale School of Nursing in London. In the United States, the first pin was presented to the graduating class of 1880 at the Bellevue Hospital of Nursing in New York City. By 1916, the practice of pinning new nurses was common throughout North America. While nurses do not always wear caps and white uniforms, graduate nurses proudly wear a pin. It is a treasured symbol of their association and everlasting bond with their nursing school. Evidence of completing a rigorous and physically demanding nursing program and the recognition of the history and heritage of nursing. Prince George's Community College has been celebrating these traditions since 1968. This year, as we celebrate 58 years of nursing here at Prince George's Community College, we embrace the vision and mission of the college. Prince George's Community College is the region's premier center for dynamic teaching and learning, strategic partnerships, and community engagement that advances knowledge, economic equity, and lifelong personal development. Prince George's Community College provides high-quality, transformative learning experiences that enrich lives and empower students to earn credentials, leading to a personal development, professional advancement, and economic equity. Now, we will have open remarks by our graduate nurse, Jessica Parker.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jessica Parker, and as a nursing student, I've learned that understanding a concept and being able to correctly answer or select all that apply on it are two very different things. Tonight, we celebrate the nurses PGCC has shaped us into. This ceremony is not just about receiving a pin. It is everything this pin represents. It represents the early mornings, the long nights, the moments of doubt, and the strength we found within ourselves. Nursing school was never glamorous. There were days when everything felt overwhelming, when we doubted whether we could see this program through, and when an exam we worked tirelessly for did not go our way, and quitting seemed like the easier option. There were missed events, late nights and early mornings, time away from family, and tears shed because the journey felt so hard. It was easy in those moments to believe that it would be simpler to stop. But in those moments, I like to remind myself of why I started. I remembered the excitement of hearing back from the nursing school advisor. I remembered the pride of completing each prerequisite, knowing it meant that I was one step closer to being a nurse. I remembered the joy of making friends because it meant that I wasn't walking this road alone. Behind every pin tonight is a story of sacrifice, perseverance, growth, and resilience. It was never easy, and it was not always fun, but we did it. Every success that we celebrate tonight was built on encouragement, mentorship, friendship, and unwavering support. To the family and friends who helped us stay grounded throughout these 2+ years, thank you. We truly could not have done this without you. To the faculty who went beyond teaching, who offered guidance, tough love, patience, and genuine support, thank you for believing in us, challenging us, and listening when we needed it the most. To the friends who stayed up late on Zoom, lent an ear, waited after exams, and checked in when it mattered, thank you for walking this road with us. And to the parents in our cohort, tonight is proof that every sacrifice you made was worth it. As we accept this pin tonight, let it remind us of who we have become and who we are called to be. Let it represent our commitment to compassion, integrity, and excellence in every patient interaction. Today marks a milestone, but tomorrow begins our true responsibility. Let this pin remind us that we are stronger than we thought, more capable than we knew, and more resilient than we ever imagined. We did not quit when it was hard, we grew. And because of that, we stand here or sit here today transformed. May we carry this strength into every room we enter. As we move forward toward the NCLEX and beyond, may we remember everything that brought us here and trust our teachers when they said that their exams were harder than the NCLEX anyway. To the nursing class of spring 2026, congratulations, we did it.
Thank you, Jessica. It gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Felicia Williams, President of Prince George's Community College.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. That was so dry. One more time. Good evening, everyone. All right, there's some energy, some enthusiasm in this place tonight. To our distinguished faculty and staff, the proud families, loved ones, honored guests, our community partners, and most importantly, to the extraordinary nursing graduates in the class of 2026. Woo! Yes, we celebrate you tonight. We celebrate you tonight. This is indeed a defining moment, a moment where sacrifice is being rewarded, perseverance has been realized, and purpose is personified. And tonight, you step into one of the most trusted professions in the world. Nurses continue to consistently be ranked among the individuals that people find the highest degree of integrity in our country. In moments of fear, uncertainty, and crisis, people place their trust in you. This trust is earned through your compassion, your competence, your sacrifice, and your humanity. Maya Angelou reminded us, people will not forget how you make them feel. This is the heart of nursing. Though patients may forget procedures, they may forget the names of their medications. Dare I say, they may forget to even take their medications. But they typically will remember who listened to them, who cared for them, who responded in the middle of the night with a compassionate touch, who saw them, someone who made them feel important and significant in their most vulnerable moments. This is what you have signed up for. Caregivers, advocates, leaders, and healers. Tonight, we honor your achievement, but even more, we remind you of the great calling that is embodied therein. Nursing isn't just a career. I know some of you signed up for it for the ducats. It was all about the money. But the fact that you have persisted is because you understand that it is a calling. And the preparation that brought you here reflects that. Clinicals, exams, long nights, early mornings, and moments of doubt that you've already overcome. You are here, still standing, still committed, still answering the call. Prince George's Community of College, we recognize many of you all have balanced work, family, and life while pursuing this goal. One of the students told me, life be lifing, but you still made it this far. That reflects your resilience and your dedication under pressure. You are defined by the human lives that you will touch. It's about being that calm voice in chaos, that steady presence in fear, and that advocate when someone cannot speak for themselves. To do what no one else will do in a way that no one else will do it. Someone said that is to be a nurse. And that is why tonight matters. Because the pen that you will receive, it represents that trust, that integrity, that commitment to responsibility, the sacrifice, and the impact. It is certain the profession will ask much of you. There will be difficult days, but there will be extraordinary moments of purpose and great joy. Moments where your presence brings hope and your compassion changes everything that they just heard in terms of their diagnosis. Never underestimate the power of your presence in the room and your touch. As healthcare evolves, one truth remains: human compassion cannot be replaced. We will certainly have artificial intelligence. It will continue to grow. Technology will become more and more prominent in the way that you do your work. But human compassion, for that, there is no substitute. That is a part of your superpower as a nurse. It is a part of your strength. Do not trade it for anything. Do not forfeit it for any type of shortcut. We believe that by the profession you have chosen, you are committed to transforming lives. We believe this as it is reflected in our own vision of students first. And tonight, we ask you, because you have experienced students first, that you will take that with you into your profession and you will remember patients first. Because of how you have been prepared here and how you show up, we recognize that you have the ability to help us as a community realize improved outcomes, that disparities might indeed be decreased, and that we might see a healthier community and a healthier world. Your success is not just about your degree, but it represents the potential and the impact that will change the quality of life that we will all experience. Tonight, we see you, and we embrace you. We see you as future healthcare leaders. Some of the faculty in this room see you as their future colleagues. And some of us will see you as our practitioners when we find ourselves needing medical care. We don't see any limitations or barriers or statistics. We see you as change makers. We see you as future voices who will declare new technologies and new ways of doing things. And to hear this clearly, you belong in the rooms that you will step into. Your gifts and your talents have made room for you. You belong at the bedside, behind the desk, giving directions to others. You belong in the lab, conducting research. You belong in the room where policy will change the way healthcare is implemented. You belong in the spaces of innovation. You belong. Don't question that. You're prepared and you're ready. Your journey has proven your strength, comforting families, guiding patients through uncertainty, saving lives day by day. It's certain some will be lost along the way, but your commitment and your dedication, your training will prepare you to do the very best that you can do. So tonight, as you receive your pen, wear it with pride, with humility, and with integrity, always remembering what it represents. This is your gift, the compassion to want to be the healer in our community and in our environment. And this is also your legacy. So on behalf of Prince George's Community College, we are pleasantly proud of you. The world will call you nurses. We will always remember you first as our students. And now we see you as those nurses and practitioners in our community. Some will call you hope because you may be the last thing that they see. But we are ever grateful to call you a PGCC nurse graduate. And everywhere you go, we'll remember how proud you made us. Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Williams. Please welcome Mrs. Doris Gibson, member of Prince George's Community College Board of Trustees.
Good evening, fellow members of Board of Trustees, Dr. Williams, distinguished faculty, families, friends, and most important, our graduating nurses. I am Trustee Doris Gibson, and on behalf of the Prince George's Community College Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to welcome you to tonight's nursing pinning ceremony. It is an honor to stand before you on such a meaningful occasion, the pinning ceremony. This tradition is more than symbolic. It represents the transition from student to professional, from learning how to care to living it out every day. Graduates, you have walked a path that demanded discipline, sacrifice, and resilience. You have studied late into the night, supported one another through challenges, stepped into critical spaces where knowledge met real human need. You have learned that nursing is not just a profession. It is a calling that requires both skill and heart. Tonight, as you receive your nursing pin, you're not simply being recognized for what you have accomplished. You're being entrusted with something far greater. You're stepping into a role where your presence will bring comfort, your knowledge will bring healing, and your compassion will bring hope. You will care for patients in the moment of vulnerability when they are afraid, uncertain, or in pain. In those moments, your voice, your touch, and your commitment will matter more than you may fully realize. Never underestimate the impact of a kind word, a listening ear, or a steady hand. As a member of the Board of Trustees, I can say with confidence that Prince George's Community College is proud to help prepare the next generation of healthcare professionals who will serve our communities with skill and integrity. To families, friends, and loved ones here tonight, thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your sacrifice. You have helped make this accomplishment possible. This belongs to you as well. To the faculty and staff, thank you for your dedication to teaching, mentoring, and guiding these students throughout their journey. Your work has made a lasting impact. As graduates of Prince George's Community College, you carry forth a legacy of excellence, service, and community. You are prepared not only to provide care, but to lead, to advocate, and to uplift those you serve. On behalf of the Prince George's Community College Board of Trustees, congratulations to each of you on this outstanding accomplishment. Class of 2026, may your careers be filled with purpose, your days with meaningful impact, and your hearts with a deep fulfillment that comes from serving others. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Gibson. Let us now welcome Dr. Patricia Armstrong, Chief Academic Officer and Provost for Teaching, Learning, and Student Success.
Good evening. To our graduates, faculty, families, friends, loved ones, the little ones, thank you all for being here to celebrate this remarkable milestone. Many of you may know the popular television series, The Pit. I take that you do. One reason that it has resonated with so many people, particularly in healthcare, as I've understood, is because it finally portrays nurses the way that nurses often experience themselves, not simply as assistants or appendages to doctors, but as leaders, advocates, and protectors in the many and varied spaces that you occupy as healthcare professionals. And the show also shows men in the role of nurse, which hasn't always been part of the popular imagination. And for those of us who are my age in the audience, the first nurse that I remember is Julia, Diane Carroll, the beautiful Diane Carroll, right? And what a marvelous role model she was in that role. The second season, which concluded just a few weeks ago, highlighted something particularly profound. In the middle of a crisis, and there are a lot on The Pit, it's the nurses who are holding it all together, who remain emotionally present to the attending doctors, to the residents, the interns, the patients, their families, and to one another. When patients are frightened and confused, the nurses stop and take the time to explain what's happening to them. When families are overwhelmed, nurses provide the calm reassurance they need to deal with the difficult situations they find themselves in. And when healthcare becomes complicated, nurses bring humanity back into the room. One of the reoccurring themes in the show is simple: always listen to the nurses. And when by chance a doctor or a patient makes the very bad decision not to do that, the charge nurse, Dana Evans, gets their attention and makes them not only listen, but give some respect at the same time. Why? Because nurses see things that others miss. Not only symptoms, but the people showing them. Not only charts, but the stories those charts tell. Not only unusual and frankly bizarre emergencies that require intricate procedures, but the dignity of the person who's receiving the necessary intervention and attendant care. And that matters deeply in the world that you are entering, because that world, your chosen profession, will ask extraordinary things of you. There will be long shifts, hard decisions, moments of heartbreak, moments when you question yourself, moments when somebody's worst day is just part of your ordinary Tuesday. But there will be moments that very few professionals ever get to witness. You will hold hands of people who are fearing for their very lives. You will help people begin again. You will advocate for those who cannot advocate for themselves. And you will be there at the beginning of a precious new life. And sometimes, simply because you were calm, compassionate, present, and yes, because you listened, someone will remember you and your care for the rest of their life. This is not small work. This is sacred work. So tonight, as you receive your pin, remember that it is more than a symbol of academic achievement. And as the Chief Academic Officer, I'm here to say it is academic achievement, and you've worked really, really hard, and I am not trying to minimize that. But I also want to remind you that that pin represents trust. Trust that you will use your knowledge and your expertise with wisdom. Trust that you will use your authority with compassion. Trust that even in systems that sometimes feel rushed or impersonal, you will continue to see the human being in front of you and recognize yourself as a human being interacting with another human being. And perhaps more importantly, trust that you will continue to care not only for others, but also for yourselves and for one another. Because that's another lesson from the pit, that healthcare is never sustained by individuals alone. It is sustained by teams, by mentorship, by colleagues who step in for one another, by people who say, you are not carrying this alone. So graduates, your patients will not remember every medication dosage or every chart note, but most will remember how you made them feel. Seen, safe, heard, respected, human. In a world that desperately needs more compassion, that is an extraordinary gift that you will offer every day to your patients. So, PGCC nursing class of spring 2026, we are so proud of you. And the world needs exactly the kind of nurse that each and every one of you is prepared to be out in the world. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Armstrong. Please welcome Dean Angela Anderson, Dean of Health, Wellness, and Hospitality.
Good evening, everybody. I am so delighted to be here with you all this evening. It's great to share this wonderful celebration with you and your guests. And I'm thinking back 2 years ago, thereabouts, right? When you started this journey, we told you it would be challenging. Were we right? No? We never told you it would be challenging? Oh, there's one in every crowd. So tonight we not only recognize you, our graduating nurses, but everybody who supported you in your efforts, spouses, significant others, parents, children, friends, and whoever else helped you along the way, because these are the people who had to listen to you stress out about dosage calculation exams, worry about the dreaded ATI predictor, but everybody knows it's ATI predictor day because what does Miss Jenna wear? The wig, yeah, okay. Pray about final exams, go home and fret because Miss Jenna's light was red all day, and complain about the faculty who you had some choice words about behind their backs, because these are the individuals who pushed you further than you thought you were probably able to go. So I hope you've come to realize that the pushing, the assignments, the ATI predictor, the killer tests were not because the faculty didn't care, because they wanted you not just to be successful, but they wanted you to excel. So I want to extend my gratitude to our nursing faculty. Each and every one of them goes out of their way to ensure the success of our students and the program's excellence. And I also want to give a special shout out to the individual who you met before any of the faculty, our petitioning advisor, Ms. Nicole Stubbs. So you've worked hard to get to this point, but there's still one more hurdle, and that is NCLEX, right? So the bar has been set pretty high for you guys by the classes before you. So my question to you is, are you going to raise the bar for the class behind you? Oh, great. So after you party for the next few days and get through commencement and all of your parties over the weekend, you need to go back to the books, right? And take that exam as soon as possible, because we need you to pass that exam and get out in the workforce, because we need you out there. There's a terrible shortage, right? So I say to you, congratulations. Your learning does not stop here. This is only the first step. We want you to go on and take advantage of one of the partnership agreements we have with our four-year partners. Get your BSN, get your MSN, get your PhD or your DNP, because the faculty some of the faculty are talking about retiring, so we need you to come back and take over, right? So congratulations, and I would say good luck with NCLEX, but you're not going to need it because you're going to pass on the first attempt.
Thank you, Dean Anderson. Please welcome Professor Vivian Kawogi, Department Chair of the Nursing Program, who will also introduce the nursing faculty.
Oh, don't you guys look wonderful? I saw you this morning, but I didn't see this. Members of the PGCC Board of Trustees, Dr. Williams, Dr. Armstrong, Dean Anderson, our guest speaker, Dr. Crystal DeVance Wilson, Director of Nursing, Maryland Nursing Workforce Center, our esteemed faculty members, proud family members, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, our remarkable nursing graduates of spring 2026. Congratulations. Well, you know, I'm a teacher, and we teach and we give exams, right? So I have a final question for the nursing graduates. Only the graduates. This is a select all that apply question. Yeah, so listen carefully. Every nurse knows May is Nurses Month. And this week, May 6th through the 12th, is Nurses Week. The most significant day of this week is today. That's your question. Which is the final day of Nurses Week, May 12th. Why is this day important to you, and why is it important to the history of nursing? Wait a minute. Here are your options. Remember, it's a select all that apply. So A, it's your pinning ceremony date. B, it's the birthday of Florence Nightingale, the mother of modern nursing. She would have been 206 years old today. C, it's the date you become a registered nurse. Okay. D, it's the day you enroll in the PGCC nursing program. All right. E, and the final option is the date you registered for your NCLEX. Okay? So if you got the answers right, you will have gotten A, B, and E. Nice job. To all nurses in the audience, I'd just like to take 1 minute to wish you all a very happy Nurses Week. And I would ask all nurses to please stand. Not nursing students, if you're a nurse with a license, please stand. Okay. Thank you very much. You may have your seats. Now I'm going to make one more group stand. If you are a graduate of the Prince George's Community College nursing program, please stand. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, today we gather to celebrate a significant milestone in your journey, graduates. This pinning ceremony you've heard a little bit about marks the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment to the art and science of nursing. As the chair of the nursing department, it is both an honor and privilege to stand before you today to recognize your achievements and to welcome you into our esteemed profession. First and foremost, I would like to extend a heartfelt congratulations to each one of you because I know the rigor of our curriculum. You have faced numerous challenges, both academic and personally, but you've emerged victorious. The late nights and the early morning, the countless hours of studying, practicing those skills, open labs, and caring for your patients during your clinical rotations have all led you to this moment. You have demonstrated resilience, adaptability, teamwork, and an unwavering spirit, qualities that will serve you well as you step into the profession of nursing practice. As you receive your pins today, remember that this is a symbol. This symbol is more than just a piece of jewelry. It signifies that you have completed a rigorous curriculum, earned a high-quality education, and are now equipped with the skills, knowledge, and values necessary to make a difference in the lives of those you will serve. PGCC nursing will always be remembered as the foundation on which you stood to build your nursing professional career. Nursing is a privilege. It's one that comes with immense responsibility. You will encounter patients at their most vulnerable times, and in those moments, you will be their source of comfort, strength, and hope. You will be the ones who listen, who work to heal, who advocates for your patient, who cannot advocate for themselves. Remember, patient safety is the hallmark of our practice. Your work will not only impact the lives of your patients, but also of their families and our wider community. Embrace this responsibility with humility, courage, and grace. I have 4 little words to leave with you. The first one is remain curious. Doesn't kill the cat. It makes you learn. So the world of healthcare is ever evolving and changing, so remain curious about the changes around you so you can ground yourself in opportunities as they come forward. Second, practice empathy. In every interaction, strive to understand the experiences of the people in your care. Remember, empathy is the cornerstone of effective nursing practice. Third, build connections. Relationships you develop with your colleagues will be invaluable to your professional growth and development, and I say sustainability. Make sure that you identify a quick and a thoughtful mentor when you get into the practice of nursing. Prioritize a clinical practice partner on the unit or in your place of employment, wherever you are. And remember, nursing is teamwork. 4, be resilient. The journey ahead will be filled with challenges and triumphs. I remember days on the unit when I felt like I wasn't coming back the next day. I didn't want to come back. But then I thought about the patients I took care of. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I have to go back and see what happened to that patient. And when I did that, guess what? I found the strength to keep going because I saw the impact of my care and the patients I had cared for. So I wish you the same. And what I did back then, or what I didn't know, was how to take time to replenish myself. You heard that word before? Yeah? So replenish yourself. Think about ways that you can healthily replenish yourself because you will be giving of yourself. You cannot give from an empty vessel. You have to have something to keep giving back to your patients. And finally, advocate for change. I pause for a moment because when I look out here, I see nurses who are going to be legislators, researchers, educators, and we need that voice in our profession. In order to remain a profession, we must have the evidence-based, to base our practice on, right? So we need researchers. So that means you need advanced education to be able to get in there and do the research that we need to get us the data. So as you prepare to take on your new roles, I urge you to carry the values of our program with you. Excellence, empathy, integrity, compassion, and caring. Let these guide your practice and shape the way you interact with your patients, their families, and your colleagues. Do your part. You can just do your small part in the little big world of nursing. Get yourself prepared for the next, to pass the baton on to the next generation. Come back and teach with us. I have the evidence to prove that it works. All of the PGCC graduates in the nursing program who's teaching with us now, please stand. Thank you, guys. So I'm not telling you a tale. There's the evidence, right? Okay. So congratulations once again to the class of 2026, spring. We are immensely proud of you and cannot wait to see the incredible contributions you will make to the field of nursing practice. Remember, you have the power. The theme for Nurses Week is Nurses Have the Power. Use it to advance our profession. I'd like to turn my attention now to our esteemed faculty for a minute. These faculty members have modeled professionalism. They've guided the students through learning and supporting them to successful completion of the program. My fellow colleagues, workers in the vineyard of nursing education, I'd like to share a letter that I received from ASIN. So for the audience, ASIN is our accrediting agency. So it's the Accreditation Commission for Education in Nursing. And I received this letter 2 days ago. I didn't share it till now. Dear Vivian, as National Nurses Week begins, we're taking a moment to recognize the people who make the profession possible. Behind every nurse are the educators and the faculty that challenge them, supported them, prepared them for the realities of practice. That work doesn't happen by chance. It happens because of commitment, rigor, and care you bring to nursing education every day. Your dedication to upholding the strong standards and meaningful outcomes is what ensures your graduates enter the field ready to make the difference from the first day forward. This week, while the spotlight shines on nurses, we want to acknowledge the essential role your program plays in shaping the future of our profession. Thank you for the work you do and for the impact it continues to have across healthcare. Happy Nurses Week, ASIN. So thank you for all you do to support the college's mission and vision and helping our program grow and helping our students succeed. I'm so blessed to work each day with such an awesome, competent, and devoted group of colleagues. Thanks a million, guys. Now I will introduce the faculty via a slideshow. Oh, I didn't realize he was up there. That's my drive. That's what keeps me going every day. So education is the hallmark that really moves us forward. It's me. Dr. Jessie Assam. Ms. Kayon Campbell. Dr. Carol Chiki. Ms. Antonia Chungo. Ms. Latasha Kusar. Ms. Sidonie Fisher. Ms. Kadima Joseph Fagbui. Yeah. Katendi Kurman. Ms. Jennifer Matkins. Ms. Pamela Marcus. Dr. Shemaine McKee. Miss Tamara Moore. Miss Teresa, Dr. Obi. Dr. Adiyenke Okonkwo. Dr. Amanda Oshega. Mrs. Bernice Robinson. Dr. Fiona Swabi Hall. Mr. Malak Tedesi. Miss Lauren Taylor. Miss Jenna Underwood. Dr. Danielle Willer Roach. Dr. Kimberly Vini Wilson. And our adjuncts without whom we could not do this work. So if you are an adjunct in the audience, would you please stand? Thank you, guys. Yeah. Okay. This is a unique opportunity, and I'm a little ambivalent here. So, Pam has been with us for 27 years. Okay? So, if you think about the nursing program, we graduate students twice a year. So do the math. How many nurses has she touched in the 27 years that she's been here? So Pam, as you retire from your role as full-time tenure nursing faculty with a mental health specialization and everything else, your time at PGCC has been an asset to the nursing program. We honor a career filled with wisdom, patience, passion, and resilience. You've strengthened the program and inspired generations of nurses to approach mental health with empathy. You strengthen therapeutic communication, and you really push those mental health skills. The SIWA and the Columbia and the Okay, I wanted to hear it so she can hear that you still remembered. Okay, your willingness to celebrate our graduates has been so evident during my tenure here. This pinning ceremony, Pam has been the brain behind. And students may not know this, but this is your advocate for pinning. When I say no, she comes and says, oh, Vivian, think about it again. Give us please, a step pinning, okay? You've paid meticulous attention to details about the pinning, resulting in a delivery of a time-honored and quality program with the best care. And like I said, students may not often know or feel this in the classroom, but you are a true student advocate. Your legacy will continue in every student you've guided and every nurse out there. I'm sure you will be you will take the breathing I'm sure they will take the breathing exercises and stress reduction strategies and strategies to replenish with them into their professional roles. May this next chapter bring you much joy, rest, adventure, time for playing that dulcimer and singing in the choir, and plenty of walk with Rock. No doubt, I'm sure he's thrilled to have you home. but we will miss you. Thanks for your service to the college and to the nursing program. I love you, Pam. I have to tell you why Pam just burst out laughing. On this stool is a picture of Rock. So, thank you, Pam. Thank you so very much.
Rock is a therapy dog.
Yeah, you want to say a few words?
Good evening. My name is Dr. Weller Roach, and I have the distinct honor to take a moment to recognize and deeply thank Professor Vivian Kawagi. She has been our extraordinary leader and chair of the department of the nursing program here at PGCC since 2019. Vivian stepped into this role during a period of rapid change and unprecedented challenges, yet she led with a steady hand and a generous heart. Her leadership has shaped the direction of our program. Her organization and planning have strengthened our systems, and her kindness, thoughtfulness, and mentorship have lifted both faculty and students in ways that cannot be measured. Vivian has been a person who ensured that our department not only functions, but thrives. She has guided us through accreditation with professionalism and grace, representing us with clarity, confidence, and unwavering dedication. She has supported faculty through transitions, supported students through their toughest moments, and supported this department through every new chapter. What makes Vivian exceptional is not only what she does, but how she does it. She leads with empathy. She listens with intention. She encourages growth, celebrates success, and stands beside us with her challenges and during our challenges. Her presence has made our department stronger, more connected, and more resilient. On behalf of the entire nursing faculty, we extend our heartfelt gratitude. Vivian, thank you for your leadership, your service, and your unwavering commitment to excellence. We are better because of you, and we are grateful for every year you have dedicated to this department.
To my colleagues, that was unexpected. I appreciate every single, I might wear this every day to work. Better watch out. But yeah, I am grateful, and I am excited that we can celebrate our students and continue to educate nurses for our community. So thank you again.
Thank you, Professor Kogi and Professor Weller Roach. At this time, I would like to invite Kristen Richards, graduate nurse, to introduce the keynote speaker of the evening.
Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Crystal DeVance Wilson. Dr. DeVance Wilson is currently the Director of Maryland Nursing Workforce Center and the Vice Chair of the Shady Grove Department at the University of Maryland School of Nursing. Dr. DeVance Wilson provides strategic leadership for statewide, data-driven workforce initiatives that strengthen Maryland's nursing pipeline, expand clinical education capacity, and support academic practice partnerships across healthcare systems, academia, and government. DeVance Wilson serves as assistant professor, where she leads initiatives focused on workforce development, health equity, and population health outcomes. She has directed programs including the Dedicated Education Unit and the Universal Onboarding Initiative, designed to improve clinical training, infrastructure, and streamline transitions into practice. A funded principal investigator, she has secured over $2 million in grant funding to advance nursing workforce innovation. Her scholarship includes peer-reviewed publications in statewide workforce analysis, universal onboarding, including studies examining the impact of the COVID-19 virus on the nursing workforce. She regularly presents at national and state forums on workforce strategy, data infrastructure, and nurse retention. DeVance Wilson is a board-certified public health clinical nurse specialist with a clinical background in maternal child health, critical care, and public health, which informs her systems-level leadership. Please welcome Dr. DeVance Wilson.
Good evening. I'd first like to thank Professor Kouoji and Marcus for inviting me here today, and thank Kristen for that beautiful introduction. My name is Crystal DeVance Wilson. I'm the director of the Maryland Nursing Workforce Center. I'm an assistant professor at the University of Maryland School of Nursing, and I also serve as vice chair at the university's at Shady Grove Department. I've been a nurse for a long time, and over the course of my career, I have done a lot. I began as a well baby nursery nurse. We don't even have that anymore. I worked as a labor and delivery nurse for some years, transitioned to ICU, then public health, and now administration and education. I've worked in all kinds of settings as a staff nurse, PRN, float, even agency. I think it's safe to say that I've been around the block. As I contemplated Professor Marcus's request for me to speak about certification in public health nursing, I thought about my own nursing journey, and it occurred to me that I am you. What I mean by that is I began my career as an associate degree nurse. I started school as a new mom. My daughter was 6 months old when I began. Someone out there knows what I'm talking about. I had bills to pay and worked 32 hours every weekend, 16 hours on Saturday, 16 hours on Sunday, every weekend. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. At one point, I became a single parent. Anyone who's done that knows the challenges of being a single parent. Nonetheless, I had a plan. I planned to become a nurse, and getting my associate's degree in nursing was the first step in the best investment I have ever made. I know I'm dating myself, but I paid about $2,500 for my tuition, $1,200 one year and $1,200 the next. And the return on my investment is immeasurable. Not just the return on investment in dollars, but the doors my nursing career opened. Some fortuitously, and others with deliberate planning. Tonight is not just the completion of a program, it is the beginning of a professional identity that can take you places you cannot even imagine. So, I can talk to you about certification in public health nursing, but I'd like to take a broader view and talk to you about a nursing career trajectory. Think of your nursing career as a cycle. You begin by getting all the experience you can to build a solid foundation. You become expert at your work. You get certified, which provides documented evidence of how good you are at your job, by the way. At some point, you become aware of the different nursing career pathways in action. You can see the various roles around you: specialty nurse, administrator, informatician, advanced practice nurse, even entrepreneur. You start to ask yourself, where do I go from here? What do I do next? What am I actually passionate about? As I considered my time with you today, I thought about what I wish I knew about my career trajectory, and I'd like to share my thoughts with you. Number one, it's never too early to think about your career trajectory. The earlier, the better. The first year of your nursing career is going to be rough. It's going to be hard. I can't lie to you. You might not even have the brain space to think about anything other than how am I going to get through this shift. But once you get more settled, and by the way, that's going to take a minute too, you will begin to see more clearly. This will be the time to start trying new things. When you're working on the unit, attending in-services, meeting different kinds of nurses in all the roles, this is the time to pay attention to what they're doing, ask questions about their work, do a little research about the roles. You'll be exposed to so much during your formative years of nursing. This is really no limit to your exploration and the opportunities. Other nurses are always very happy to talk to you about their specialties, especially if it's a high-need specialty or role. They're trying to recruit you, so they're enthusiastic about telling you everything they know. Get to know them. Number two, make a list of everything that you're good at and how these skills might be useful to you at the next level. Are you a good writer? Are you a good teacher? Are you a good leader? Are you the one on the floor that's always looking at the evidence and best practice? These are transferable skills that might give you some hints about the careers that fit you best. Also consider how a career will fit into your personal life. I recently had a conversation with a very accomplished nurse leader. She told me that she was very proud of her career and all of her accomplishments, but they came at the expense of her family and her relationships. The goal is to have a great career, but it's also to have a great life. So whatever you do, you're seeking balance, something that's going to fulfill you, yes, but not at the expense of being with family, being with friends, and being able to enjoy your life. Number three, once you land on something of interest, learn more about it. Do some reading about the job. It might look like a great fit until you realize it involves carving up cadavers or something like that. You don't want to be taken by surprise. Ask to hang out with some of the nurses who do the jobs that you're interested in. Seeing the role in action will really give you insights into the intricacies of the role, and you can tell then if this is something for you. Make sure you understand what is needed. This is number 4. Is this a specialty where certification comes in, or do you need to get another degree? There is time and a financial commitment to doing both of those. Certifications cost money, and as you all know, tuition costs money too. Not every role requires another degree, but remember, the more specialized and the more people you're responsible for, the more education and skills are required. Thinking about these things early will help you save, prepare, and when the time comes, you'll be ready to take advantage of these different opportunities. Things become easier when you plan. So, while you're working in your first position, learning about patients, families, equipment, QI, safety, CLABSI, CAUTI, and HAPI, start imagining where you want to be in the future. Start planning now for what you want to be tomorrow. Be intentional because nursing is full of possibilities. Your career doesn't have to be an accident. Build it on purpose. I want to take this opportunity to wish every single one of you all the best and congratulations on your successful completion of this program. Woohoo, go, class of 26.
Thank you, Dr. DeVance Wilson, for that inspirational address. Yeah. Now, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. The pinning of the nursing graduates. Professor Keon Campbell will be reading the names of our graduates, while Dr. Teresa Obi, Professor Jenna Underwood, Dr. Gussie Assam, Professor Milak Tedesi, and Professor Jennifer Madkins will pin the graduates.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here to introduce our new grads. Shanice Allen. Kimani Allen. Brandy Anderson. Karif Bailey. Oh. Oceana Bascom. Kayla Battle. Shanika Battle. Angelina Blow. Kyla Boss. Thank you, Dr. Teresa Obi. Our next is Ms. Jennifer Underwood. Claudine Cameron. Sonia Chofam. Katrin Conroy. Norma Lisette Cruz. Fortuna Ishetu. Kenya Espinal Bonilla. Janet Etty Williams. Jerian Evans. Clinton Easy. Thank you, Professor Underwood. We now have Dr. Gussie Assam. Imner Flores. Jocelyn Gutierrez. Ashinia Heidel. Evelyn Hernandez. Brianna Jackson. Fraylene Krill Lacing. Zanaya Little. Zenobia McBride. Gabriela Mejia Flores. Thank you, Dr. Sam. We'll now have Professor Milak Tedesi. Belnice and Chang. Shua Engwa. Oyin Lola Odibo. Jessica Parker. Ebony Pinkney. Kristen Richards. Tabitha Roberts. Danielle Robinson. Pamela Salazar. Thank you, Professor Malak Tedesi. We'll now have Professor Jennifer Matkins for a final set of graduates. Elhan Sheikh Ahmed. Aisata Suleimani. Charnel Thomas. Amen. Cynthia Trejo. Samuel Venegas. Nicole Webb. Alicia Wheeler. And Saray Witcher. Thank you. Let's give our graduates a round of applause. Congrats. Woo! Woo!
All right. Now, we invite Dr. Fiona Swaby Hall to recite the nursing pledge. Will all nurses in the audience and the graduate nurses stand to recite this pledge?
Thank you. Before we recite the pledge, please, as we speak these words, let us read them not only with our lips, but with our hearts, honoring the calling, the compassion, and the commitment that defined our profession. So raise your hand with me as we recite the pledge. You can follow along on the monitor or on the program. In full knowledge of the obligation I undertaken, I promise to care for the sick with all the skills and understanding possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, sparing no effort to conserve life, to alleviate suffering, and to promote health. I will respect at all times the dignity and religious belief of the patients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted in me, and refrain from any action that might endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skills at the highest level and to give loyal support and cooperation to all members of the health team. I will do my utmost to honor the International Code of Ethics applied to nursing and to uphold the integrity of the professional nurse. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Swaby Hall. The graduate class of Spring 2026 will now present a video of what it is like to be in the nursing program at Prince George's Community College. Let's enjoy their day in the life of a student nurse.
Every step we take, story unfolds. The strength inside us, brave and bold. Through all the trials, we've reached the goal. Our dreams are the treasures we proudly hold. This is our time, our moment to shine. The future is bright, the world is divine. Together we stand in this grand design. The dreams we hold will always align. The lessons we've learned, the bonds we've made, the love and guidance that never fade. With every challenge we're unafraid, for in our hearts the foundation's laid. This is our time, our moment to shine. The future is bright, the world is divine. Together we stand in this grand design. The dreams we hold will always align. Through every storm, through every fight, we found our way. This is the time, the beginning we see. The path ahead calls for you and me. With every dream we will always agree. Our journey unfolds as we set ourselves free.
Thank you, new graduates. Now we will have closing remarks by graduate nurse Sonia Chafon. We will now honor the students who got high honors. We have Elhan Ahmed, Jessica Parker, and Katrin Conroy. All right. And now we will have closing remarks by graduate nurse Sonia Chafon.
Good evening, faculty, friends, family members, honored guests, and everyone who has supported us along this journey. I was thinking about how I wanted to start this speech, and honestly, I couldn't let go of one thing we hate the most, select all that apply. So, here is a slide. Can you, next? This is like a visual representation of us before the exam when you're not ready and you like, it's all select all that applies, so I will recognize it before the exam. So that is you being like, oh, I'll recognize it before the exam. I'll recognize it during the exam. Next slide. So here is the question. Okay, I'm going ahead and read it and we're going to say the answer at the end. The client has picked 2 waves, muscle weakness, diarrhea, bradycardia, and risk for cardiac arrest. Which electrolyte imbalances is the client experiencing? Select all that apply. And the answer? And that's the funny thing though. We've all had this moment during the exam when we feel like we don't know anything. We've all had those moments sitting in an exam room, second guessing ourselves, wondering if we studied the right thing or if we were really cut out for this. But here's what the slide doesn't show. It doesn't show the late nights. It doesn't show the tears after a hard clinical exam or, I quote, 4th semester med-surg exam 2. It doesn't show the moment we wanted to give up but didn't. It doesn't show the growth because somehow through all the confusion, all the stress, and all the I have no idea what this question is asking me, we made it here. Today, we are not just students trying to recognize the right answers. We are nurses who understands the why behind the answers, who can think critically and act with compassion and care for the patients when it matters the most. I wouldn't be here presenting this speech if my friend hadn't held my head high above the water when I felt like I was drowning 2nd semester. I believe most of us would say maternity was quite the experience and an exciting change in perspective. And to our families, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for your sacrifices, patience, encouragement, and your unconditional love throughout this journey. Thank you for understanding the missed events, the late night studying, the emotional breakdown after exams, and the moment when nursing school consumed almost all of our time and energy. At this point, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our faculty who have supported us throughout this journey. Your timeless dedication, commitment, and unwavering compassion has been instrumental in shaping us into the nurses we are today and will be in the future. From your guidance to mentorship have not only helped to acquire the knowledge and skills required to excel in our field, but have also inspired us to be better individuals all around. Beyond teaching us medications, assessment, and clinical skills, you gave us something just as important as emotional support. There were moments we were overwhelmed, exhausted, discouraged, and questioning whether we could keep going. During those moments, you reminded us that we were capable, that we belong here, and that one bad exam or one difficult day did not define us. Sometimes it was a simple conversation after class, a reassuring word, a prayer before exam, or asking us how do we replenish, or just your patience and understanding when life became heavy. Those moments matter more than you probably realize. For that, we say thank you. And finally, to us, the Spring 2026 nursing graduates, congratulations. Today is proof that we are stronger than we thought and more capable than we realized and are ready for what comes next. But remember, as we leave here today and prepare for the next big chapter, the NCLEX, the exam that somehow has been mentioned in every semester, like it's a family member we all know, but we don't want to talk about too much. But nevertheless, we have gotten used to the NCLEX style question, thinking like even in a normal day life, we're like, airway first. So at this point, it is not fear, it's familiarity. And soon, we will be celebrating the first time pass and laughing about how stressful we used to be. I will leave you with this. We came, we saw, we charted, and we survived. And if we can survive nursing school, we can survive anything. Today, we proudly step into our calling. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. And now, dear graduates, I would like to address you. As you step into the nursing profession, know that it is both a privilege and a challenge. Nursing will ask a great deal of you physically, emotionally, and mentally. You will be called to show compassion in the face of suffering, strength in moments of uncertainty, and courage when the stakes are high. But in the midst of caring for others, never lose sight of caring for yourself. When you take the time to restore yourself, you preserve the very compassion and strength that led you to nursing in the first place. So as you move forward, carry with you the lessons you've learned, the resilience you've built, and the passion that brought you here. And in the sentiments of our very own Professor Pamela Marcus, always remember to ask yourself, am I replenishing? Congratulations, class of 2026. You have earned this moment. I hope that you have enjoyed this year's pinning ceremony. As we prepare for the recessional of the nursing graduates, we ask you to keep the aisles clear and remain seated during this time. Please know that these future registered nurses will have a challenging career, yet a fulfilling one, as they take on such an awesome task. We are very proud of these graduate nurses for the hard work they have put into their studies to get where they are today. An anonymous person once wrote, "Save one life, you're a hero. Save 100 lives, you're a nurse." Graduates, please stand up. Congratulations, nursing class of spring 2026.
Call, see you on TV, sunset done change. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. That was never friendly, yeah. Now I'm jumping out of Bentley, yeah. And I know I sound dramatic, yeah. But I know how to have it, yeah. For the money, I'm a savage, yeah. I'm missing like I had it, yeah. I'm surrounded 20 blast, yeah. But they didn't know me last year, yeah. Everyone wanna act like they important, but all that mean nothing when I saw my door, yeah. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball, yeah. Everything custom like I'm at the bar, yeah. If you win it, put your lighters to the sky. How could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? Coming with it, I just put it to the side. Bought a sense of baby, they could see it in my eyes. My mama called, see you on TV. Sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation.